So what way around do you usually work in terms of do you start with a loop and then start arranging that loop out, or?
Yeah, that is the classic way of working for me. Being one of those people who started out on Ataris and Cubase and stuff, I used to just start off with 4 or 8 bars over here and really fill it up with material, and then after that just copy the whole lot and start subtracting stuff, how would you call that? Yeah. Whatever, subtracting, okay? Yeah. Just taking stuff out. But these days I find that I work much faster if I just make a part, build it up to where it needs another part, and then yeah, exactly. Because if you work in the old way, in the way I used to work, you can. It's really easy to get locked in that particular 4 bars, and at the end of the day, have no clue what to do with it. You know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Oh, you do that? Well, for me, the answer turned out to be just make whatever tickles you, and then if over here after what is it, 16 bars, I thought it needed something else, so I just thought of something else. In this case, the blue preset, and then well, what is it? 16 bars later, I decided, well, we're gonna do a break here and build up to this part. So that's the way I try to work these days. This is called Straight Up, and it's called Straight Up because the track is really straight up. Starts with a couple of beats, in comes the piano, bit of break, big bass line, more piano, and then well, basically up until the second break, more or less the same. So not really anything spectacular happening here, but what I did do here, and I've done this a lot in the past. I'm not a real big keyboard wizard, but I do know my chords when I hear them. So what I did for this track was I played some chords on the piano. They go like this. Well, there's a filter on there now, but and they're almost like, you know, gospel sounding disco chords. But what I did was, and I've done this a lot in the past, just make up a progression of a 3-note chord, and I'll show you what I mean. If I take these all out, it'll sound a bit different. And what I've done a lot is just copy the whole thing and go up and find another chord that suits the one I already have, and take it from there. After that, maybe take out certain notes. I'm not sure what I've done just now will work, but it won't. But now I'm just really messing it up. Oh, well, this is just, I think this is just an octave higher, yeah. But maybe not a particular good example, but if you find the notes that complement the chords you already have, you can really come up with big sounding chords without them being, without the need of all the knowledge of the classic chords. And that's how I ended up with these here. They sound like this.
Where's your piano sound from on that? Is that?
It's actually a Logic preset. It's from the EXS24. It's just one of the presets that come with Logic. They sampled a big Yamaha grand piano. It's sounding alright. It's not all that special, and I clearly needed some processing to. Doesn't sound like much now unprocessed, but what I did, I used some. Oh wait, probably need to be here. A high pass, then I actually used 2 EQs in a row to get this sound. Wait, over here. And obviously it goes to a big sounding new reverb plugin, actually from the Netherlands, from a company called 112 dB. They also make an EQ that does really awesome stuff. But this one, they in the reverb, what they tried to do was actually get the sound of the old classic lexicons in a plugin, and they've also named their preset banks accordingly. You know, 300, 480L, and PCM 91 even, and they really sound amazing. The really big sounding reverb without the usual DSP power those plugins take. So this is one of my favorite reverb plugins at the moment. Really sounding big, and I use that on the piano. I think it's just the Echo plugin in Logic. Really simple delay plugin. Just lets you set the time, the delay time. How much of feedback you want in the repeat, the color, which is basically just I think it's just a notch filter or a bandpass filter. You can go from deep to thin, and a dry and wet slider, and it makes for a pretty long reverb in this case. And as you can see, what I've done here is actually bus this sound effect to its own bus, which is bus 3, to make sure it doesn't interfere with the beats and the bass and the piano. All of those elements have their own bus again, so that it can be bused to the TL audio to make that open sound. I want to with effects like these, and especially instruments like piano. I like to try and keep things open but still compact. You know, make them glue together, but still open, so that it won't happen when the kick drops that the rest of the track comes up in level, because in the meat of the track the kick is geez, how do you say that? It's getting its pump from the kick drum. That's what I was after. I'm always trying to make it pump, of course, but not in a way that the kick drum overrules all the other sounds. And as you can hear, the sound effect is really out there in the open, and doesn't affect the rest of the track. There's a lot of open space behind this. I always try to achieve that, to keep it nice and pumping, but still open and wide.